I'm a little bit worried for the first time. For the first time in the entire arc, I'm a bit worried for Usopp moving forward because Oda, I hate to say it because it doesn't make any sense to say it, because considering the hype that Elbaf got specifically for Luffy and Usopp in Little Garden, clearly the two characters of the Strat crew that were impacted the most by the Giants, knowing Usopp's role in Water 7, rallying Oimo and Kashi to their side after the Frankie family fight, it was Usopp that talks to Oimo and Kashi and rallies them, right? He's called Dory and Brogy his masters, and even looking back at Dressrosa, seeing Hiruden pick up Usopp in front of all of the guys that were just de-transformed from their toy forms, and how they were worshiping God Usopp damn near, and how Usopp's role plays a critical role, if not the quintessential role of making the Grand Fleet possible, right? Usopp has played fantastical roles, and we know for a fact that he will play one on Elbaf. I didn't doubt for a second going into it, and when we got that 1132 chapter at the end of it, where you have that welcome to Elbaf, and you see West Village, and you see the castle, you see the rainbows, and you see the clouds, you see the people of Elbaf, this town, just, having a good time and feasting. You see the giant gates, the scale of it, and you see Luffy in awe, you see Usopp crying. Never did I doubt for a second that Usopp will be getting hyper glaze on Elbaf. But here we stand, 40 chapters later. Usopp and company are still bound by the arrows of Gunko and the thorns of Summers, except for Brook. Oh my goodness. And when I was doing my live reaction, the memes of, hey, Brook, hands on Usopp's shoulders, it's not your arc, buddy. It's crazy considering how when you look at Usopp and he's just kind of hyped and he's co-signing Jarul's words, he's a cheerleader in the corner like, yay, go Jarul, go Jarul, go Jarul. Sure, but wait, hold on though. Brook is actually making moves. Not only making moves, but moves that pertain to Gunko. And Gunko, who right now is being controlled by Emu, so you have Gunmu. And we saw in chapter 1147 how Gunko wanted to make Brook her slave and play her music the rest of his life, right? Like, Gunko was off the gate a fangirl of Brook, and when Brook denied her wishes, she decided to kick the living hell out of Brook. Man got wrapped up. Then when she devastated Gabon after using Colin as a chess piece against Gabon, she hears the words daddy, thinks about Brook, and then she was gonna run back. In comes Emu and shuts that down. And we see during the God Valley flashback, Gunko, she is a member of the Memeyer family and how she is God Steel, but she also could have been a nurse for Emu. We see in that chapter when Rox meets Emu. This is massive because the fact that Brook may know Gunko, whether that was really Gunko or that was Gunko's mom 50 some odd years ago when Rox pulled up on Emu, the fact that 38 plus years ago we see Gunko doing all sorts of atrocities on God Valley. But then when you analyze those moments, those irredeemable moments that she did in God Valley in killing all these innocent people, but then you jump back to chapter 1149 and then you see her ties to Brook. She has something going on with Brook. Is it possible that Gunko could be redeemed even though she has killed so many innocent people throughout her lifetime? There are so many questions that circle Gunko and then that tie into Emu and the Meyer family. There are so many things that are going on that they're just too juicy to ignore. But this should be Usopp's time to shine. When you think about the last few arcs, there's always a secondary strata focus. Anji, Whole Cake Island, secondary strata focus. Wano Country, Zoro, same for him. I would argue Agate Island, Frankie. That's what I'd argue, right? Elbaf, Usopp, guaranteed. But Brook Brook is the one making moves. That's crazy. Now, I don't doubt for a second that Usopp is going to play a role somehow, some way in Dory and Brogy returning to how they are now. Zoro has some sort of plan, some sort of scheme, and he's going to do that against Dory and Brogy and the Damiverse giants. So we'll see what Zoro's gonna do in the near future and how important that's going to be. But at the same time, I just can't deny that I feel a little bit perplexed and a little bit worried that Zoro is making the first move, not Usopp. And again, given the circumstances, okay, I understand why, but Oda is the one that wrote those circumstances for Usopp in the first place. It's Oda who did that. Usopp is twiddling his thumbs, trapped in these arrow ropes, and he's doing nothing. He apparently can't do nothing, but yet at the same time, he can't do nothing, but Brook somehow rolled his way out like a barrel, hopping like a bunny. He's still making a move somehow, some way. Brook is, not Usopp. It's whoa. The fear I have right now is I know for a fact that Usopp is going to get his glaze. Yes, it will happen no matter what. I think Oda, if he doesn't do this, it'll be one of the biggest disappointments in the history of One Piece. Again, an arc that was hyped up before Wano Country, Little Garden, Elbaf, Usopp, all right? Again, that chapter, Welcome to Elbaf. You see the focus on Luffy and Usopp, right? But the question is this: is the glaze of another side character's content going to outshine who should be the secondary side character's content in this arc? Is the content with Brook going to outshine, be more prevalent in this arc than whatever Usopp is going to do with the giants, Dory, Brogy, and so on and so forth, when Oda gives Usopp his time to shine? That's the question. If Brook outshines Usopp, I think that's insanity. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that's absolutely mind-boggling insanity. That's why I'm hoping that whatever involves an Emu and Brook, all that is being set up now and will be way more prevalent in the future. If there is like a road to redemption for someone like Gunko, that road could start potentially here on Elbaf, maybe already has, and then we'll see how it play out in future arcs to come. But right now with the giants, we're gonna probably get, at least hopefully, I'm hoping that we get a lot more Usopp focus moving forward, because according to Oda and what he said during Jump Festa in 2025, the arc is gonna be ending. He's gonna try to get it done this year, and it's already February, right? So we only have 11 months left. So Oda better lock in, because this year should be effectively the year of Usopp. This year should effectively be the year of Usopp. If this arc is going to end, then he should get just as much glaze as Luffy. The problem, though, is that Loki exists too. And my God, Loki is getting glazed. My God, I mean, goat covered in honey. The amount of work that's already been built up for Loki, and then Luffy's fascination with Loki. There's already so much going on there that you just can't deny the possibility Loki could be the one to take care of Gunmu. Not Luffy, but Loki and Ragnar. I'm not saying it's gonna be the case, but it is a strong possibility. It is, undeniably, where the arc ends on Loki's note and not Luffy's note. But again, Usopp, arc ends supposedly this year, 2026. Where we at, Oda? Clocks are ticking. Where is my Usopp glaze? All right, right now I'm looking at the pantry for Usopp glaze. I don't find it. I don't see it. The season ain't there. The honey, the marmalade, the barbecue sop that is Usopp there is not in the cupboards, bro. Where is it? We need a stock of that ASAP, because if not now, if not on Elbaf of all places, big miss. Titanic miss. Makes no damn sense. But then even still, when we do get it, are we gonna also focus on Brook to the same extent, if not more, than Usopp? because Gunmu is here doing X, Y, and the other, and Gunko does have some tie with Brook that matters out to her quite a bit. Even Brook himself is coming to some sort of like realization about Gunko. So my fears, my concerns are starting to bubble, because even when push is coming to shove, Usopp is still sidelined, and it's Brook who's making the plays. When the arc is ending this year, allegedly this year in 2026. So Oda, get it right. Get it right, Oda. Don't mess it up. Do not mess this up. God Valley was already sus as it is. I'm keeping stack. I do not need you messing up Usopp on Elbaf. For the love of all things that are holy, for the love of all things that make you a great warrior of the sea, his dreams, do not mess this up, Oda. You have 11 months. Do not screw the pooch. Usopp needs his time this year. This year. Usopp, nothing but long nose activity. At least 40% of the arc, long nose activity. So we'll see. So I'm gonna catch you guys on the flip side. Take it easy, stay safe, have a nice one.
See you. Bye bye.